scared to sell your home right now? Well, you're not alone. With interest rates riding roller coasters, market crash headlines everywhere, and much of the country in a buyer's market, it's no wonder people are hitting pause. But here's the thing, keep watching because you're going to be okay. In this video, I am breaking down what's really going on in today's housing market, what sellers are nervous about, what a lot of sellers and even some agents are getting wrong, and the one mind shift that can help you move forward with confidence. Let's talk about the fear because it's real and everybody's feeling it right now. A lot of homeowners are sitting on a mountain of equity with a super low mortgage rate and a whole lot of uncertainty. They're not sure if now is the right time to sell or if they'd be walking into a disaster. They're worried they'll sell their current home and get stuck without a new one. They're worried about giving up that sweet 3% mortgage rate and trading it for something in the sixes. Or they're worried that they're going to make the wrong move, list at the wrong time, or end up dropping the price just to get attention. And nobody wants to feel desperate when they're trying to move forward. And if you've read any headline lately, it doesn't help. You've got stories saying housing market set for worst year in decades, housing at risk of sustained downturn, home buyers gain leverage as the market slows. Deportations, tariffs, and a one big beautiful bill could shake up housing. That's a lot of noise. And most of it, it's designed to generate clicks, not clarity. But here's the thing, people still need to sell, whether it's for work, for family, or just because their home doesn't fit anymore. Life doesn't stop for headlines, and neither does the housing market. The reality, yes, things are slower than 2021. Of course they are. That was a unicorn market. We will likely never see anything like that again in our lifetime. But this is not a crash, it's a correction. And what we are seeing now is buyers who are more cautious, but still very much out there. Homes that are priced right, presented right, and marketed well, still selling, still closing, still moving forward with families moving in. So, no, your fear isn't irrational, it's based on something real. But here's the catch, if you don't take the time to unpack those fears, fear starts calling the shots. And when fear drives, logic is in the trunk. And that's how people end up stuck. Or worse, making costly emotional decisions that they're going to regret later. Now, here's where things get dicey. A lot of sellers, understandably, are still clinging to strategies that worked in 2021 and early 2022. But let's be honest, back then you didn't need strategy. You needed a sign in the yard and half decent iPhone photos, and multiple offers would start rolling in. That was it. You'd hear things like, let's price it high, bids will still come in, or we don't need to stage it, buyers will love the charm. Or worst of all, my agent said they'll just put it on Zillow and see what happens. Yeah, that doesn't fly anymore. The market has changed, and not everyone's caught up. Buyers today, they're picky. They've got higher expectations, stricter budgets, and less tolerance for compromise. They're not walking in with rose colored sunglasses, they're walking in with calculators and cold feet. So here's the truth, if your home isn't showing up right, priced right, and marketed right, it's going to sit. And when it sits, you don't just lose time, but you also lose negotiation power. You lose control of the narrative. And in this market, perception is everything. But here's the kicker. Even in a slow market, well-positioned homes still selling, still fast, still with strong offers. Sellers who are winning right now, they're tuned into the market, not stuck in the drama. Now, this is exactly why interviewing agents matter more than ever. You need someone who's adapted to this market, not someone who's still pretending that it's 2021 and praying for multiple offers to magically appear. Ask them, what's your pricing strategy in a cooling market? How are you helping your listing stand out from the competition? And what tools are you using beyond just the MLS and Zillow? If they fumble that answer, guess what? That's your red flag. And if you're wondering where to even start with those questions, I've got something for you. I put together a free seller playbook that walks you exactly through what to ask when interviewing agents. It also covers pricing traps to avoid, home prep tips, and how to stay ahead of buyer psychology in a shifting market. I've put the link down in the description below, so make sure you check that out because selling your home shouldn't feel like guessing, it should feel like strategy. You can download it right now. Like I said, the link is just below. Just real help from someone who wants you to win. Because in this market, strategy sells. Hope, not so much. Okay, let's talk about the shift in mindset now. Stop trying to time the market and start trying to own your next move. Too many homeowners are out here treating the market like it's the stock exchange, refreshing interest rate charts, second guessing every news alert, trying to catch the perfect window. Well, this isn't Wall Street. And unless you've got a crystal ball or a time machine, you're not going to outsmart the market. Selling your home isn't about guessing the exact right week or predicting what the Fed's going to do next. It's about making the right move based on your goals. You need to think about things like, why are you selling in the first place? Has your family outgrown your current space? Are you relocating for work? Are you ready to get closer to loved ones or downsize and simplify life? That's where your focus needs to be. Not trying to forecast mortgage rates like some caffeinated economist on the morning news. You can't control the market, but you can control your strategy. You can control how your home is prepped. Are your rooms clean, decluttered, and inviting? Is your curb appeal doing its job? You can also control your pricing strategy. Are you positioning your home where buyers will see it, or are you pricing it based on emotional, wishful thinking? And remember, you control who you hire to market, negotiate, and represent you. Are they using modern strategies that work today, or are they just still doing what they did in 2021 and hoping that it still flies? What you can't control are interest rates, inflation, policy changes, and buyer behavior. But here's the thing. When you focus on the controllables, something amazing happens. You stop feeling stuck. You stop feeling like you're gambling with your future. You stop asking, what if I wait and miss my chance? Or what if I jump in and it's the wrong time? Instead, you start asking, what's my strategy based on things right now? And that shift, that's where confidence comes in, not from certainty, but from clarity. Your home sale should feel like a plan, not a panic. I've worked with sellers who waited so long for the market to get better that they missed their window entirely. And I've helped others who made a smart move before things got tougher and ended up with better terms, a smoother move, and way less stress. The difference wasn't the market, it was the mindset. One was reactive, the other was proactive and strategic. So ask yourself, what do I actually want out of my next move? What's stopping me? Fact or fear? And do I have a plan or am I just hoping things change? If you're not sure where to start, that's okay. That's why I'm here. Because real estate should never feel like a leap of faith. It should feel like a calculated, confident next step. If you're even thinking about selling your home, let's start talking early. Download my free seller playbook. It's linked below, and it's not just a checklist, it's a roadmap one that helps you ask the right questions, avoid the common mistakes, and get your strategy dialed in long before a sign hits your yard. Because this market isn't about panic, it's about preparation. And when you're prepared, you win. I'm Ben Dings. See you next time.